Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for being here. Today's video is going to be kind of like a declutter, a small declutter. I just kind of went through things in my collection, both makeup and skincare products that had gone bad, I wasn't using, I don't feel that itch to try and use it up, and it kind of what got me thinking to do a video like this was a few different products that I've had in my project pan, specifically my ABH Modern Renaissance palette. I really enjoyed using that and I've gotten a ton of good use out of it. And it's just old, and I've had so much makeup collected over the years that I have that's part of my collection, and I haven't gotten the chance to really use anything that I'm really enjoying, anything that I'm really loving. A lot of it is because a lot of the things that I had put in my project pan to try and finish up, I don't enjoy using. I don't like them. They don't work the best. And not everything that's part of that project pan ends up being that way, but two things specifically that I can say that I haven't been enjoying have been the Smashbox contour sticks. I love cream bronzer products. Surprise, I adore them. So I don't think it's that much of a surprise to say that I don't enjoy using this product. While I am finally using this up, I found my favorite way to use this. I don't wear cream products that are like contour shades, if ever, and I have so many other cream bronzer, cream anything type of products in my collection that I'm not using, that I haven't put in my project pan because for no reason in particular other than I don't want to really be without it. But you know, if I love it that much, I can just repurchase it. The other product that kind of had me thinking about it this video is the Makeup Revolution liquid liner. I have two right now I know that are in my drawers that are liquid liners that I love, and I can't wait to use them. So I've been trying to finish this up. Well, why am I trying to finish this up if I hate it and it could leave those two products that I have in my collection to dry up and never get to enjoy using them? Makes no sense to me. So to start this declutter off of things that I'm just not enjoying anymore, so I'm just going to get rid of them. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna get rid of this Makeup Revolution black liquid liner. I don't like it. It feels so funny on the eyes. It's extremely difficult to remove. There's no point in me keeping this around if I'm not enjoying it at all. Yes, this was in my project pan, but I'm just gonna have to fail at that one item. I do not like using this. I reach for anything else other than this to use. So I'm just going to get rid of this, and then I can finally use items in my collection that I enjoy using and that I can use up and finish before they go bad. So I have a whole container here of a lot of stuff. So I'm just gonna start pulling everything out. Like I said, it's mostly just makeup and skincare. I don't think I have anything else in here other than that. So I am going to pitch this because it's getting old. It's reached about maybe 5-month mark of using it. Now I know this has a 6-month shelf life after it's open, but I try not to have mascaras open longer than 3 months and using them. 6 months is the max. So this is really starting to get kind of cakey and clumpy on the inside, and I'm not picking up nearly as much. It's also just not that good of a mascara. And I have literally like 15 more in my collection that I might enjoy a lot more. So I'm not gonna know until I try them. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. I've used it quite a lot. I've gotten my money's worth. This was an item that I got sent to me, but yeah, it's from Makeup Revolution. It's the Lift and Define 5D Lash Extra Dimension. This is nothing special. Out of all the mascaras you can get, this is not one that I would necessarily recommend. Next up is the Maybelline Great Lash Clear Transparent Mascara. It's also what I used for the longest time for clients for setting the brows. This is a very, very weak gel to use to set brows. Very weak. It's flexible. This does nothing. This is literally like you don't wear mascara or you don't wear any type of makeup, but you just need something. This is what people get. It's, yeah. It's also kind of dirty in that tube. It's kind of gross looking. So this, again, it just isn't something I use right now. As far as brow gels, I am using one from Lord & Berry that I'm really enjoying. I have it in my brows right now. I also just got sent 2 different brow gels, a clear version and a tinted one from Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm really excited to try those. I haven't used those products yet, so I might as well take this out of my collection and start using, again, products that I might enjoy more. Okay, this one is kind of sad, but you know, I've talked about how much I don't like this product, and it's the Pixie and Tina Young eyeshadow palette. This is not good. Don't spend the money on this. I genuinely don't know how much this costs, but it's not worth it. Get a Morphe palette. They work way better than this. You're gonna get better shimmer payoff, and the mattes are gonna be a little bit easier to blend. These are just kind of a dusty mess and they muddy up together. They don't really hold their pigment, especially these blues. Not something I would recommend anybody reaching for. So I am happy to just trash this. I'm not even going to try and give it to anybody because I really just don't think the formula is worth it. So I feel really bad because this is a collaboration, but it's not good. It's not good. And I'm here to tell you guys if I don't like something. And this is a declutter video, so what better way to tell you than now? All right, so this is a glitter eyeliner. It's from Jaunt Blue. This is awful. I actually just got sent a glitter liner from Lord & Berry. I really like that one 10 times more than this one. This one does nothing and it kind of hurts to put it on your eyes. So for that reason, I am gonna get rid of this guy. I've used it a couple times. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm. This is awful. It's not worth keeping. I'm just getting rid of it. And same with this. This is a long wear eye pencil from Star Luxe. I don't even know. I've never heard of this brand before, so I don't really have any opinions on the entire brand. This is supposed to be a brown eyeliner, or yeah. It swatches pretty well. I have other browns in my collection I like more. The one I'm thinking of at the top of my head is from Mosquito. I love that brown liner. This color payoff looks good, but trying to put this on my eyes is so painful. There's no payoff. So again, why in the world am I keeping this if I'm not even enjoying it? I don't know. Okay, this went bad. It stinks. It smells like old Play-Doh or clay. Oh yeah, it smells really bad. It's an old eyebrow kit from e.l.f. This is actually, I want to say this is like the second version of this that I bought. I had a darker colored version of this when I was in college, and then I bought this shortly after I used all that one up, and bought this for the pomade for my brows, and then the powder I actually used as a contour shade. Pretty sure I got that from It's Likely Makeup. So you know this is like an old hack. That's how much contour was a thing back in 2016, 2015, and how little amount of products were available for contouring. So yeah, I'm getting rid of this. It's so dang old. It actually does work really well. The pomade works really well as a brow pomade, but again, I just don't use this. I have other things in my collection I like more, a lot more. I love my Billion Dollar Brow Pomade, and I love my ABH pomade. Those are two things that I've been really loving. And then all of my brow pens, I've only tried 2 so far, and I love both of them now that I know how to use them. So no point in keeping this. I am getting rid of this just because it's getting kind of old. It's the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome. This is the shade Beige Luster. It's just getting old, and I have a ton of other shadows in my collection that look very, very similar to this. And I actually just picked up a liquid shadow version from Wet n Wild. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's pretty much the same exact color, but there's glitters or sparkles all throughout it. So it's way more my personal preference. I also just picked up a shade very similar to this. It's one of the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I think it's in the shade Whoosh or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's the Super Shock shadow from the Taupe collection, and it's very, very similar to this color. So I'm getting rid of this. It's really old. I've had this since I was pregnant with my son probably. So it's like 6 years old. So I need to get rid of it. 2 old Sephora collection lipsticks that I'm deciding to get rid of. One is my favorite. It's called The Red. It's the Sephora Rouge, the original red color. It is really, really pretty, but I have a shade that's the exact match to that in a newer tube. These smell fine, so there really isn't anything wrong with it. I never reach for this, and it's more of like a classic lipstick formula, which I like, but if I want to wear a really bright, vibrant, standout color, I really like a more matte formula or just a liquid lip version. Again, this is the same reasoning as to why I'm getting rid of it. They're just old. This is the shade Passion Red. It's also one of the Sephora collection lip colors. So that's Passion Red, and that is The Red. Yeah, they're just old. I don't reach for these over the others in my collection, so I'm gonna get rid of them. No harm, no foul. Okay, so same with this. This is a lip gloss. This is from the Kylie Winter 2016 collection. I know this is really old, but it doesn't stink at all. The formula hasn't gone bad. It's just really, really dark. I don't wear lip glosses that are this opaque or this dark. As much as I love a good dark lip, I don't wear that at all. I know me, if I'm reaching for a dark lip, which during the fall time I am, but it's not a gloss. I'm never reaching for a gloss, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. It makes me sick to get rid of it, but I am. I'm also getting rid of this old contour stick from ABH. Again, I don't really contour anymore, and if I feel like I desperately need one, I'll just go out and buy one. But I don't need this. I really don't contour anymore. This is the ABH like foundation stick. This is the shade Mink. Very dark. It's way too dark for my skin tone. Don't know why I bought it. I think because the shade I actually wanted was out of stock. Again, I heard about these through It's Likely Makeup. Great while I had it, and I actually used up quite a bit of it, but I don't use it anymore. So why am I keeping it around for it to just go bad in my collection or to try and reach for it over something else? No, I'm gonna just get rid of it. Out of sight, out of mind, right? All right, I have decided to get rid of these 2 little eyeshadow palettes. There's nothing wrong with these 2. They are actually quite good. They're the bite-sized eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f. I have these specific colors 10 times over. They're the most basic color stories. I kept the other 2 that I really enjoy, the like berry version and then the pumpkin something or other. I really like those 2 color stories, and they're not as basic as these. I really don't I don't need these. So this one right here is cream and sugar. And this one is truffle, or truffles, excuse me. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with these eyeshadow palettes. They're just really basic colors. I don't need, I can reach in any one of my eyeshadow palettes and find these colors in them. So I don't need these. It's just filling up space because I have these colors 10 times over again. They're just going to go bad in my collection, or an eyeshadow palette that I spent a lot of money on is going to go bad. So I can feel comfortable getting rid of these. Even though they're good, they are really good. If you don't have, you know, a stupid crazy collection like me, get those because they're nice. They really are. They're really amazing. I have a few more lip products that I finally decided to get rid of. This is just a really old Smashbox lip gloss. I don't even think they make this anymore, so I think it's safe to say I need to just get rid of this. There's also some pretty chunky glitters in here, and you can feel how chunky they are on the lips, so it's not my thing. I'd rather just get rid of it. Felt a little crooked there at first. This is one of the lip gloss shades from Half Caked Makeup. I've talked about this brand before. I just don't prefer this shade over all the other shades I have from the collection. This has, like, instead of a glitter, it has like a metallic sort of finish to it. And while it's very, very sheer, obviously you can see how sheer it is, I don't prefer it, you know? I have every other color that they have, and I'd much rather use those over trying to use this up, to then use those up or have them go bad. So I'm just going to get rid of this one. I'm also getting rid of the other dark lip gloss shade I have in my collection from Kylie Cosmetics. This is the shade Naughty. Again, it's really old. It is a really pretty color. Both of these lip glosses from the Kylie collection are just so pretty. Again, they are really opaque. They're bright reds. I don't wear these colored glosses in my I don't wear them. If I'm choosing a red, I want a matte bullet lipstick or a matte liquid lipstick. Those are my two that I go for. That's it. Last up is this Smashbox Instant Matte Lipstick Transformer. Story behind this guy. So way back in the day when liquid lipsticks were a thing, bullet lipsticks only came in one type of formula. If you were bougie, you had the MAC ones, which came in different, you know, they had different formulas in the MAC bullet lipstick formula, but this was to make your regular lipsticks look matte. It's this like silicone looking texture, I guess, and you just put it over top any gloss or any bullet lipstick you had, and it would make it look matte. It's old. I don't even know if they make this product anymore. It's very, very old. Now that we have options in the makeup community, we can get essentially any color we want in any formula we want. So I don't need to keep this around. This was the dumbest purchase at the time. At the time, I thought it was brilliant, and then I maybe used it twice. So now looking back at it, it was a really dumb purchase. I've also decided to get rid of 3 concealers. I'm getting rid of this one. It is a NYX HD Studio concealer. I have this in the shade Deep Golden. I was using this for bronzing and contouring. Anybody surprised by this? Like I said, back in the day, we didn't have a lot of options if we wanted. So like I was saying before I rudely got interrupted, back in the day, we did not have a lot of options for cream bronzing and cream contouring. So the best thing to do was get a concealer that was good enough to be a bronzer and use that. Looking back at it now, please don't do that. While it is probably the most natural look you're ever going to get on your face, being a very pale, white, Caucasian woman, I just took a product that someone of a much darker skin tone than me could have used and used up completely when there's less products out there for them in every category. I could have easily found this in something else and paid money for something that was meant for my skin tone. This was not meant for my skin tone. So this is personal preference. I'm never doing that again. That is a waste. A, it's a waste because I never used it. I never used it up. B, someone else who could have used this for a concealer didn't get the option because I bought it. I think that's what you call white privilege. And I'm like actually annoyed looking back at it now that I did that, because I know how difficult it is to find things for people of a much darker skin tone than me. The amount of things that are available to me for my skin tone is much greater than anyone who is medium tan, and darker. And I purchased one of those things for myself when I really didn't need to. So I'm personally never doing that again. I think it's a waste. Clearly it is. I know that this is a very simple tactic that makeup artists use for their kits. They didn't have specific bronzer shades and contour shades for any skin tone, so they were using eyeshadows, they're using foundations and concealers, but I don't need to do that. I have stuff catered to my skin tone now, so I'm going to use those products that were catered to me and leave the things that aren't catered to me for someone who can use them. So I hope that makes sense. Like I said, I have 2 more concealers. They're both from e.l.f. They're both the camo concealers. This is the original. This is the hydrating version. This one is way too pale for me, and this one is way too orange for me. These have been used up quite a bit. I'm about halfway with this one used up, and I can't see through this one. It's really dry, so I'm gonna say I'm pretty far along with this one. Oh yeah, I could probably just throw it out if I'm being totally honest. I'm literally down at the bottom, so yeah. This is pretty much done. I did not realize I had nothing left of this and that it was this dried out. Well, anyways, okay, great. So this is actually pretty much done with. So I got my use out of it. I was keeping it around to use as an eye primer. This is a very, very thick formula. It's not the type of concealer formula that I enjoy anymore. I really like my Kokie Cosmetics concealer. I really love my Kosas concealer. I actually just got the new Lancome Teint Idole concealer. That one's a really good one. If I'm going for something full coverage, I like my Tarte Shape Tape. It's about the most full coverage one that I enjoy, and it's much better formula than this. I would not consider it a dupe. This is also very full coverage, but it feels thicker and harder to use than this. So I don't know. Ooh, as I drop them all. So I'm just getting rid of both. I didn't even realize I was that low in this, that it's pretty much gone. But I'm about halfway in this. I'm just getting rid of it. There's no point in using it. It's so peach on my skin. It doesn't work for me. Okay, I'm getting rid of 2 foundations. They're both from Wet n Wild. They're just in 2 different shades. This one is my winter shade, this one is my summer shade, and then I mix them both together throughout the year and I get a pretty good combination. I'm about halfway finished with both of these. I don't like this type of formula anymore. It's just not for me. I have way more in my collection that I love way more. So I am pitching them. I'm done with them. This used to be, I think this is labeled as a bronzer. A bronzer for who? This is from Wet n Wild. It's the Reserve Your Cabana bronzer. This is actually the second one I've bought. My first one I pretty much finished up. There it is. That's not a bronzer. That's a bronzer for who? This isn't a bronzer. I use this as like an all over face powder slash highlighter. Also got that trick from It's Likely Makeup. But I don't use this product anymore. I've been keeping it in my collection. I can't tell you the last time I even used this, so I'm getting rid of it. All right, I am so glad to be getting rid of this guy. Talked about it a bunch. It's the Sephora and Ebates sunscreen. I hate this. I am so happy to have this out of my collection. This is awful. It smells bad. It looks bad. Even thinking about trying to use it irks me. So it's gone. Yay. And last product is also from the Kylie 2016 holiday collection. This is her white gel pot eyeliner in the shade Snow. It's just the white one. While it is not dried out, this formula isn't the best. I have other white liners that work a whole heck of a lot better than this. So I am gonna get rid of this. I don't need it anymore. I don't need it in my life. So that is everything as far as makeup. I have a few skincare products to talk about, and I'm going to group 4 of them together because they're all from the same brand. This is the brand Naturally Serious. There are quite a bit of products that I've loved from them. Actually really enjoyed this primer in that sense. This all went bad. It's awful. So because it went bad, I'm just decluttering it, or at least, excuse me, this at least went bad. It stinks now. It doesn't perform well anymore. It went bad. Like I was saying, they just don't perform well anymore. They don't perform like they used to when I first had them. So because of that reason, I'm getting rid of them. And yeah, all of those Naturally Serious products, now that I've had them for so long, they all pill. So they pill on their own, they pill with other skincare products, they pill when I start putting makeup on top of them. I'm never gonna use a skincare product in my collection that pills at all. It's not the way I wanna use products. It's not how I want products to perform on my face. So yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Same with this. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Water Essence. I finished up quite a bit of it, and I actually was trying to use it up. It's been breaking me out, so I know it went bad. It also pills my makeup now, so I know it went bad. Last but not least, this guy. I loved this product when I first got it. Loved it. It's the Model F Duty Pumpkin and Neem Glycolic Acid Superfood Skin Glow Mask. This was very comparable to the scent from the Peter Thomas Roth pumpkin mask. So it's had that really nice pumpkin pie sweet scent now. Literally makes me gag. Oh God, it's stuck in my nose. Why did I do that? Oh my God. Now it just smells like a rotting pumpkin. Like a pumpkin you carved out and you left on your porch and forgot about it until February. That's what this smells like. Awful, awful. So yes, those are all the skincare and makeup products that I'm getting rid of, that I'm getting out of my collection. They need to be gone. They're terrible, and I'm glad they're gone. I really am. So it's just made a little bit more room for me to enjoy some other products in my collection that I like a lot more. So that's everything. I hope this was an interesting video for you all. It was kind of different. I know I just did like a pretty good clutter of most of my makeup, and I have a ton of videos. So I'll leave my declutter playlist listed below if you guys are interested. Also, all the makeup I have on, I will list down below. I love these lashes. They're from Glamnetic, and they actually just sent me a couple pairs. So they also left me a code. I'll leave that down below. Any discount codes I have, I'm leaving below. Let me know how you like this video. I'm sure I will end up doing another one within the next 6 months. I get a lot of stuff sent to me, and I do buy a lot of stuff still. I am a consumer. Have a very consumeristic personality. So yeah, let me know. I'd love to do another one of these in the next few months. I'm just standing in front of my window. I forgot to add these two products. I literally had them placed out so that I could add them into this video, but I'm just going to talk about them quick because I'm not trying to edit them back into a video. So the first one, well, they're both liquid lipsticks. One is from ColourPop. It's literally my last ColourPop formula. I'm getting rid of it. It's so old. I literally have probably had this in my collection for years now at this point. And the other one is this Pop Beauty liquid lipstick. The formula isn't that great. You can find the same exact formula a million times better in the drugstore right beside it. It's a really pretty color, but yeah, I had the color Butter Babe. Just don't, yeah. There's a million other formulas that are just as affordable in the drugstore that you can find. You don't need this formula. So yeah, these are the two liquid lipsticks also that I'm going to get rid of from my collection. Sorry, this is like a random pop-in, but it was the easiest way for me to talk about it really quick. So let's go back to the video. Yeah. So thanks again for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.